All right, let's just jump right into it. If you're building a Flutter app, one of the very first, and honestly, one of the biggest decisions you're going to make is about navigation. Now, it might seem like a small detail, but trust me, how your users get around is absolutely critical. It shapes their entire experience. You get this right, your app feels like a dream. Get it wrong, and the whole thing can just feel clunky and confusing.
I want you to think about your app's navigation like it's the front door. It's the first thing people see, it's how they figure out what they can do and where they can go. So this choice isn't just about dropping a widget onto the screen, it's about designing the entire journey for your user from the second they launch the app. So, in the world of Flutter, this big decision usually boils down to two main contenders. Two really powerful solutions to the exact same problem. We've got the drawer and the bottom navigation bar. Let's break down what each of these are, and more importantly, when you should be using them.
First up, the drawer. You know, the best way to think about this is like a hidden side cabinet in your kitchen. It slides in from the side, usually when you tap that little hamburger icon, right? And it's just perfect for tucking away all the things that don't need to be visible all the time. We're talking settings, user profiles, maybe a help page, that kind of stuff. Its whole job is to keep your main screen looking clean and focused.
And then on the other side of the ring, we have the bottom navigation bar. And this is the complete opposite of the hidden drawer. Think of this as your app's main dashboard. It's always there, sitting right at the bottom of the screen, giving you constant one-tap access to the most important parts of your app. It is built for speed and for the things people are going to be doing over and over again.
So this brings us to the core trade-off, right? The big decision you have to make as a developer. It's really a classic battle between constant visibility on one side and a clean, simple interface on the other.
And this lays it out perfectly. Over here with the bottom navigation bar, you get that constant visibility. Your main destinations are always just a single tap away, which is amazing for discovery and speed. But it takes up a permanent slice of your screen real estate. Then you've got the drawer. It gives you a beautifully clean screen, way less visual clutter. But the trade-off is pretty clear. It takes an extra tap just to even see your navigation options.
So how in the world do you choose? Well, this table makes it pretty straightforward. Look, if your app has, say, 3 to 5 main sections, and you expect people to be hopping between them all the time, then the bottom navigation bar is your clear winner. Speed and accessibility are its whole game. But if your app has a ton of sections, or lots of secondary pages that don't need to be front and center, and your main goal is a super clean, minimalist look, well, then the drawer is absolutely the way to go.
But what if you're thinking, I want both? I want that speed and the clean interface. Well, this is where we get into the pro-level strategy. This is what you see in so many polished professional apps. The secret is, you don't actually have to choose. You can use both. Here's how that works. It's pretty simple. Step 1. You use the bottom navigation bar for your app's main hubs, the big sections people use constantly. Step 2. You use a drawer to tuck away all the extras. You know, the settings page, the user profile, the About Us section. By combining them, you can create an incredible user experience. You really get the best of both worlds, lightning-fast access to the core features and a clean, organized home for everything else.
Okay, so we've covered the contenders, we've gone through the trade-offs, and we've even looked at the professional strategy. So now, let's put it all together with a final checklist to help you make your call with confidence.
When you're making your final decision, just ask yourself these questions. First, what's my navigation complexity? Do I have just a few main pages or a whole bunch of them? Second, think about user behavior. Are they going to be switching sections all the time or staying in one place? Third, what are your design goals? Are you shooting for pure speed or for a clean, simple feel? And finally, a quick note on performance. Honestly, don't sweat it. Both of these widgets are super efficient, so you should base your decision purely on the user experience you want to create.
Because at the end of the day, your navigation structure does way more than just help people get around. It tells a story. It tells the user what's important in your app. So is your app's story going to be about speed and direct access, or is it going to be a story about focused simplicity? That's the real question. So what story will your app tell?